We should go down to dinner.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel. But before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. 10 behind the scenes facts of Bridgerton. Viewers may not be able to get enough of the scandal in Bridgerton, but there's plenty of excitement behind the making of the hit Netflix show. While many period dramas may seem stuffy and prim, Bridgerton has broken the mold by exposing its viewers to the rapacious, whimsical world of Regency era through torrid romances and feverish infidelities. Here are 10 behind-scene facts of Bridgerton. Number 10. 7,500 costumes. The series boasts a kaleidoscope array of eye-catching symbols, and to bring the Regency period to life, costume designer Regé-Jean Page, who also recently created spectacular costumes for the Greatest Snowman and Maleficent Mistress of Evil, had to find a way to make it both accessible and fresh. To undertake the challenge of providing the costumes for the sprawling cast, Regé-Jean Page told the Vogue that she needed to create a costume house with a team of 238 people. In total, over 7,500 pieces were created for the series over 5 months, from bedded shawls and feathered fasteners to extraordinarily opulent gowns and tailored greatcoats.
Well, there's a lot of people and there is a lot of costumes in this series, but focusing on the overall feel and style.
Number 9. The costumes combine historical accuracy with modern designers. In the same interview with Vogue, costume designer Regé-Jean Page explained that while she got most of her inspiration from Regency paintings and drawings, she also wanted to combine historical accuracy with the 20th century couture to make the garments seem modern.
It is Regency with a twist. Everything is just so bold and it's beautiful.
Because we knew how important the wardrobe was going to be, we went to the very best. And lucky for us, Ellen said yes, and she was up to the challenge, and she ended up making some incredible pieces of wardrobe for us.
Number 18. Phoebe Divinor's performance was inspired by Keira Knightley. If Daphne Bridgerton reminds viewers of an early 2000s Keira Knightley, there's a particular reason for that. As she told Town & Country, Phoebe Divinor grew up in the Keira Knightley era and went through every one of her movies a few times to gain inspiration. To her credit, Knightley has appeared in countless period movies, from the popular Pirates of the Caribbean franchise to The Duchess, Anna Karenina, Atonement, and of course the cornerstone of Regency romances, Pride and Prejudice.
I have spent the last 3 days in agony. Unable to talk to you, unable to be alone with you, because I knew you wanted nothing to do with me.
Number 7. Most of the horses aren't pulling the carriages. According to the Regé-Jean Page in a close encounter with the cast of Bridgerton, the majority of the horses in the series pulling all the carriages weren't pulling anyone. They went down to the streets of London and through the English countryside empty. The carriage scenes were filmed in the studio, where the actors would deliver their dialogue, and then, when instructed, 3 members of the crew would shove the carriages forward to indicate movement at increasing speeds.
It didn't fall off, I'm still alive, I'm still upright. I'm fairly satisfied with that as an outcome myself. I'm not naturally a horse boy, I'm a city boy. I've driven horses before on previous jobs, and I rode a horse once in Texas, but Texan horses are very different. Couldn't tell you why, maybe it's an accent thing, but very different temperament, very different riding. Also get taught very differently. Texas was just like, get on a horse and go. I was like, aye. It kind of does its thing. These guys are a little snootier. They know I'm not a rider and they start taking the pee a little.
Number 6. Sabrina Bartlett did her singing. Actress Sabrina Bartlett, known for playing audacious soprano Sienna Rosso, has a naturally gifted voice. According to People magazine, however, she will still be required to improve it to play the opera singer who captures the heart of the eldest Bridgerton brother, Anthony. Bartlett's Instagram has videos of her practicing, and despite her self-effacing comments about breaking glass in the process, her singing voice is quite impressive.
I understand that you do not wish to see me, that you would prefer to stay in your separate room and endure a wordless dinner together on our wedding night.
That is not what I would prefer.
Simon.
You are mistaken.
Number 5. Golda Rocheville had special transportation because of her wigs. Queen Charlotte had a truly amazing wardrobe both in real life and the Bridgerton series. Her collection of wigs was almost as prodigious as the sea of gossip she loved to wade in. When actress Golda Rocheville got into full costume, which took several hours, she had to ride to the set separately in special transportation. Besides her biting wit and regality, one of the best things about Queen Charlotte was her arsenal of towering, show-stopping wigs, and while Rocheville did have a favorite according to Sense, the actress told us it was much better to experience the looks like a viewer. They're a piece of beauty, you know, stand out, beautiful pieces on their own, she says. Wearing them sometimes was a challenge, I'll be honest. The weight of them is quite something. But keep yourself fit, eat healthy, a lot of core muscle and back muscle exercises, and you know, they're a pleasure to wear, I say with a little twinkle in my eye. According to People magazine, she was ferried privately in her minibus with ceilings tall enough to not damage her wig, which often measured well over 2 feet in height.
How could I not be thrilled to be working for Shonda Rhimes? And I'm also thrilled to say, yeah, do you know what? People of colour existed in this country right back to Roman times.
Number 4, Jonathan Bailey first auditioned to play Simon. It's hard to imagine anyone else but Regé-Jean Page was our dashing Simon, Duke of Hastings, but Jonathan Bailey, who plays Anthony, tells OprahMag.com that he initially auditioned for that role. It wasn't until I was talking to the production company and Chris Van Dusen, the showrunner, and at the end of the meeting we'd spoken about family and men in society and women in society and our own experiences, he says. And they said, have you thought about Anthony? We're going to send you some scripts to read because we think that you might be a good Anthony. The switch was the right move because now we have Paige and Bailey to swoon over.
What should any of
You're
this...
to marry him.
Nigel.
I had to find you a husband, sister. Now, be grateful it is done. It should be just as easy for you to fall in love with Lord Burbrook as with anyone else.
Number 3, the actresses that play Eloise and Penelope are best friends in real life. Second to Daphne and Simon, there is no other relationship we stand more than Eloise and Penelope, played by Claudia Jessie and Nicola Coughlan. Watching the two emerging debutantes vie for independence and attempt to figure out how one becomes with child was one of the highlights of season 1. And Bridgerton author Julia Quinn told us that their on-screen connection echoed an actual budding sisterhood.
Our first day, my first scene was a very explicit
Scene.
Number 2, the whole cast is in a WhatsApp group. Bailey told that the massive ensemble cast did their best way to stay in touch post-production, which of course took place during the pandemic, but we've all discovered technology was the best way for them to stay connected. Lockdown made it hard, but their Zoom and WhatsApp group, they're still pumping in our pockets, Bailey says. I and Phoebe have grown incredibly close, and the bros, the 2 Lukes, are close as well. But the idea that we all possibly may be able to do this again is something that we remedy quite a tricky year. Can we get added to that group chat?
They all have love stories. They all have, amazing explorations of all of those characters. And I'd love to be able to do that on screen for each of them. Absolutely.
Number 1, Boxer Will Mondrick was based on a real fighter. The Queen wasn't the only bit of British history that came to life in the romantic period drama. Actor Martins M. Hongbae, who played Simon's friend and professional boxer Will Mondrick, told GQ UK that his character was based on the real 19th century fighter Bill Richmond. He found a lot of favor in society due to his charisma and boxing ability, Amange told the publication. He used boxing as a way out and a way to provide for himself and his family. In the first season, we see the early stages of Will trying to build that reputation and who he is.
Mere pupil, target practice at best.
His grace is modest. He's one of the least pitiful students I've ever trained.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.